Isaiah chapter 5 verses 1 to 7. The vineyard of the Lord of hosts is Israel. Let me now sing of my friend. My friend's song concerning his vineyard. My friend had a vineyard on a fertile hillside. He spaded it, cleared it of stones, and planted the choicest vines. Within it he built a watchtower, and hewed out a wine press. Then he looked for the crop of grapes, but what it yielded was wild grapes. Now, inhabitants of Jerusalem and people of Judah, judge between me and my vineyard. What more was there to do for my vineyard that I had not done? Why, when I looked for the crop of grapes, did it bring forth wild grapes? Now, I will let you know what I mean to do with my vineyard. Take away its hedge, give it to grazing, break through its wall, let it be trampled. Yes, I will make it a ruin, it shall not be pruned or hoed, but overgrown with thorns and briars. I will command the clouds not to send rain upon it. The vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the people of Judah are his cherished plant. He looked for judgment, but see, bloodshed. For justice, but hark, the outcry. This reading is an indictment against the chosen people of Israel. God is pointing out all he has done to prepare Israel to bear the fruit of salvation and to spread God's word to other lands. Genesis chapter 12 verses 1 to 3, The Lord said to Abram, Go forth from the land of your kinsfolk and from your father's house to a land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation, and I will make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who curse you. All the communities of the earth shall find blessing in you. Wow, what a wonderful promise and challenge, but with every great challenge comes a great responsibility. Exodus chapter 3 verses 8 to 9. Therefore I have come down to rescue them from the hands of the Egyptians, and lead them out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey, the country of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. God blessed Israel who did not have a land to call their own until the Lord released them from their Egyptian bondage. A vineyard that yields wild grapes is worthless because the grapes are sour. He spaded the land and cleared it of the stones, the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. He planted the Israelites the choicest of vines, the watchtower of protection from their enemies. He provided them with a wine press, all the tools that they needed for success. Then the Lord looked for the fruit of his labor and received nothing but sour grapes. Verse 5 Now, I will let you know what I mean to do to my vineyard. Take away its hedge, give it to grazing, break through its wall, let it be trampled. Take away its hedge, God will no longer protect you from your enemies. Isaiah's ministry took place from 737 to 701 BC when the Assyrian Empire invaded the northern kingdoms. In Isaiah 10 verse 5, Assyria is described as the rod of God's wrath. The hedge, God's protection, was gone. Israel suffered from foreign invasion and national destruction because their sin wasn't just to meet a standard of righteousness, but they also distorted God's blessings, purpose, and goodness. As John Corson said, I see a very real parallel between the people of Israel and our own country. God has blessed us greatly as a nation. He has blessed us with great freedom and incredible prosperity. And yet we forget Him. We think it is our constitution, our representative government, or our free enterprise system that has made us great. We think we have this by our own ingenuity, creativity, or hard work. We congratulate ourselves, all the while forgetting God. As you can see, nothing much has changed in the last 2,000 years. A God wise enough to create me, and the world, is wise enough to watch out for me. Philippians